Sí, lo llevan a los ministerios.
Sí, entonces los estudiantes se han pasado la semana tratando de hacer las preguntas difíciles, ¿sabes? Y viendo cómo nos contestan. Entonces llegando aquí, este es el último día de programa que tienen, ¿sabes? Para ellos es fenomenal.
Un plato fuerte.
Sí. Muchísimas gracias. Yo sé que y muchísima suerte también.
La situación de los derechos humanos en Cuba.
The situation of human rights in Cuba
Comienza precisamente la misma constitución cubana,
begins by the Constitution itself,
que tiene gran parte de los derechos civiles, políticos,
in which a majority of the civil and political rights
dispersos por todo el texto y
are shattered around the text.
no hay una parte dogmática, no hay un grupo de derechos, están dispersos y eso nos impide a nosotros poder ejercerlo.
So it is impossible for us to exercise the rights since they are scattered in the text and there is not a dogmatic way in which they can be identified.
Muchos de los derechos civiles y políticos no están reconocidos todos en la
And
Constitución.
also because many or the majority of the civil and human rights and political rights are not acknowledged in the Constitution.
El Tribunal Supremo
The Supreme Court
le tiene que rendir cuenta al Consejo de Estado.
The Supreme Court has to report, to inform to the Council of State,
Que además es el que los elige,
which
los revoca.
besides it's the entity that selects or determines that they are no longer members.
Los abogados tienen que obligatoriamente pertenecer a la Organización Nacional de Bufetes Colectivos.
Lawyers are forced to be members of the National Organization of Government Law Offices
Para poder defender a los ciudadanos ante un tribunal o ante alguna
in
autoridad.
order to be able to defend citizens before a court or any other entity.
Es por ese motivo que nosotros como abogados independientes
That is the reason why, as independent lawyers,
estamos imposibilitados de defender a otros ciudadanos en un juicio.
we are unable to defend a citizen in court.
Los tribunales militares tienen competencia
Military tribunals are competent
para conocer violaciones de derechos humanos,
to know violations of human rights,
que acorde a la legislación internacional
which, according to international laws,
no es algo correcto.
is something that is not correct.
Entonces, uno de los aspectos por los que abogamos es por la independencia de los poderes.
One of the aspects we claim is independence of powers.
Existe en el país una institución que promueve y protege los derechos humanos.
Another problem we have is that there is an institution in Cuba that promotes and protects human rights.
Las instituciones estatales
State institutions
tienen un sistema de quejas y peticiones
have a system to present complaints and petitions,
tienen la obligatoriedad de dar respuestas, pero no la solución.
and they are expected to give an answer but not to find a solution.
El término para dar la respuesta es de 60 días,
They should give an answer to
Dos
these
meses.
claims in 60 days, 2 months,
muy extenso para tratar el tema de la violación de los derechos humanos.
a period of time that is too long when it deals with the violation of human rights.
Entonces, una de nuestras peticiones también es que se cree en Cuba una organización independiente que protege y promueve los derechos
An
humanos.
independent organization that promotes and protects human rights.
Aunque quizás ustedes han visto por la capital los carteles de que La Habana es la ciudad de todos los cubanos,
Maybe you have seen posters in the city saying that Havana is the capital city of all Cubans.
lo cierto es que cuando las personas de otras provincias
The truth is that when people from other provinces
visitan la capital, tienen restricciones para circular libremente.
visit the capital city, there are restrictions that make it impossible for them to circulate freely.
Y todo esto es permitido por la ley, específicamente por el decreto ley 217. Amparados en este decreto, los policías pueden detener a personas de otras provincias
So by means of this decree, the police force can stop people from other provinces.
pueden multarlos,
They can give them fines,
incluso deportarlos a sus provincias.
and they can even be forced to go back to their original provinces.
Aunque hubo una modificación reciente a este decreto,
There was a recent modification to this decree.
El único cambio fue que los propietarios de las viviendas ya no tienen que pedir autorización
But the only change was that the owners of the houses do not need to ask for authorization,
para que familiares de otras provincias puedan permanecer en su casa, aunque sea por algunos
so
días.
their family members can stay in their houses even for a few days.
Esto también ha afectado a disidentes, a opositores de otras provincias.
This decree affects dissident people and activists, political activists from other provinces
Cuando visitan la capital, pues son detenidos,
when they
multados.
visit the capital city because they can be in detention or they can receive fines.
Respecto al derecho de entrar y salir libremente de Cuba,
In relation to a free entrance and leave in the country,
recientemente hubo modificaciones dentro del sistema legal,
recently the legal system was modified,
aunque sigue siendo un derecho que no está reconocido en la Constitución cubana.
even though it is a right that is not still in the Cuban Constitution.
Anteriormente los cubanos tenían que tener un permiso de salida para poder salir o entrar al Cuba.
Before this modification, Cubans needed a permit to enter or leave the country.
Actualmente ese permiso se cambió por el derecho a tener un pasaporte.
Nowadays, the permit was changed for the right to have a passport.
Las limitaciones para entrar siguen teniendo matices políticos.
The limitations to enter or leave the country continue to have a political connotation.
Aunque sí el cambio fue positivo respecto a los emigrantes, a los cubanos que ya están residiendo en el
Although there
exterior.
was a positive change in relation to immigrants, people who are already living in other countries,
Porque les permite recuperar la residencia.
because now they have the right to claim their resident status again.
No obstante, los cubanos a quien el gobierno le deniega el derecho a entrar o salir
But those Cubans whose right to enter or leave the country is denied
no tienen la forma de cómo defender ante un tribunal su derecho,
have no way to defend before a tribunal their right.
porque es una facultad que toma el Ministerio del Interior
Because
libremente.
this is something that is decided by the Ministry of Interior freely.
Según la observación general número 27
According to the General Observation number 27
del Comité de Derechos Humanos,
from the Committee of Human Rights,
solo se debe privar del derecho de una persona a entrar en su país de forma excepcional.
a person should only be deprived of his or her right to enter or leave his country exceptionally.
En Cuba también se reprime el derecho a la reunión,
In Cuba, freedom of assembly is also repressed.
la manifestación pacífica
Peaceful demonstrations
y la libertad de expresión.
and freedom of speech.
Aunque estos derechos están regulados en la Constitución,
Even though these are rights that are regulated by the Constitution,
no tienen una ley complementaria.
there is not an accompanying law.
Como por ejemplo, no tenemos en Cuba una ley de la libertad de
For
expresión.
example, there is not a law for freedom of expression.
Me atrevo a decir que todos los que estamos en este panel hemos sufrido
I dare say that all of us, people in this panel,
estando detenidos o
have
presos,
suffered, we have been in detention,
el hecho de que no se respete la libertad de expresión. en
and
nuestro
we
país.
have suffered the fact that freedom of expression is not respected in our country.
La ley número 88,
There is a law number 88,
ley de protección de la independencia nacional y la economía de Cuba,
the law for the protection of the Cuban national economy,
que castiga severamente a los
which
cubanos
punishes severely Cubans
y extranjeros también que denuncien hechos que
and
suceden dentro de la
foreigners
isla.
who denounce events happening in the island.
Por ejemplo, el artículo 7
For example, Article number 7
sanciona con privación de libertad de 2 a 5 años
sanctions with people are deprived of their freedom from 2 to 5 years
al que colabore
to those who collaborate
con emisoras de radio,
with
televisión,
radio stations or TV stations,
revistas u otros medios de difusión de otros países.
magazines or other mass media from other countries.
También tenemos restringida la libertad de asociación, de asociarnos.
There is also restrictions related to the right to association.
que es un derecho que tenemos reconocido en la
It
Constitución
is a right that is acknowledged by the
y
Constitution
también está regulado en una ley,
and is also regulated by a law.
pero el gobierno cubano
But the Cuban government
impide la formación de nuevas asociaciones
prevents new associations from being created
bajo el pretexto de que coincide con fines de organizaciones creadas por el mismo.
under the pretext that it coincides with organizations that have already been created by the government.
Tenemos restricciones a la libertad de información.
We also have restrictions related to freedom of information.
Existen áreas de determinados lugares que se llaman áreas de Internet,
There are places which are called internet areas
con precios exorbitantes
with very, very high prices
en relación a los ingresos mensuales de cubano promedio.
in relation to the average income of the average Cuban person.
Los cubanos necesitan autorización del gobierno para ver programas televisivos de otros países.
Cubans need government authorization to watch TV programs from other countries.
Constitucionalmente, la discriminación por la raza o el sexo está prohibida.
Discrimination against race or gender is prohibited by the Constitution.
Es muy difícil probar
It is very difficult to prove
que una persona haya perdido el trabajo
that a person has been expelled from his or her job
o haya sufrido alguna situación de su vida cotidiana
or has suffered any situation in his or her everyday life
por estos motivos.
due to these reasons.
Uno de los problemas que tenemos en el tema de los derechos humanos
Another problem we have in relation to violation of human rights
es que el gobierno impide la entrada de los mandatos especiales al país.
is that the government does not allow the entrance of special mandates into the country.
Hasta el momento, los únicos relatores que han viajado a la isla
Up to the moment, the only persons that have been able to travel to the island
son el de uso de mercenarios en 1999,
are the person dealing with the use of mercenaries in 1999.
el de la violencia contra la mujer también ese mismo año,
In the same year, the person dealing with violations against women
y el experto sobre el derecho a la alimentación en el 2007.
and an expert on nutrition in 2007.
Pero negó el de la entrada del relator especial contra la tortura.
But the visit of the special relator against torture was denied. Another problem we are facing in our country
Es la ocurrencia de detenciones arbitrarias,
is the occurrence of arbitrary detentions,
fundamentalmente contra las personas que se oponen al gobierno.
mainly against those opposing the government.
Es común que una persona sea detenida sin orden de detención.
It is common that a person is detained without an order of detention.
Hemos presentado quejas a las autoridades
We have also issued complaints to the authorities
en casos de detenciones arbitrarias
in cases of arbitrary detentions,
y no hemos recibido ninguna respuesta.
and we haven't received any answer.
Los abogados independientes estamos realizando comunicaciones
Independent lawyers are dealing with doing communication
al grupo de trabajo sobre detención arbitraria
to the communicating with the work group for arbitrary detentions.
lo cual no era una práctica usual en la isla,
This was not common practice before in the island,
también debido a desconocimiento,
also due to lack of knowledge,
a que los abogados en Cuba no tienen una formación en derechos humanos,
because Cuban lawyers are not trained in the issues related to human rights.
En la universidad recibimos esta temática de una forma muy leve, muy superficial.
At the university, we deal with this issue in a very superficial way.
Es por eso que consideramos que no solamente los abogados independientes, sino todos los abogados en Cuba
That is why it is our opinion that not only independent lawyers, but all lawyers in Cuba
necesitan superarse en este tema.
need training in this issue.
Y para eso sería muy satisfactorio recibir
And it would be very satisfactory to receive
experiencias de otros abogados de otros países,
experiences from lawyers from other countries,
pequeños cursos,
small course, short courses,
intentar becas para poder
to try to have scholarships
ayudar un poco más en esta temática en nuestro país.
so that we can receive help to train people in these issues in our country.
Los maestros en la escuela siempre hablaban del amor y la esperanza.
Then the first step that we need to have in order to change what is happening today in Cuba and to change pacifically is to change the law. That's why we are trying to force the Cuban government to ratify these agreements.
How you're doing that? How is it that you're trying to force the government to ratify?
We are trying to diversify the way to give the information to the common people. We are using, for example, as I say at the beginning, we are making a concert, music concert. We are making expositions about photography, painting, panels, conference, and then first of all we try to tell to the people, this is your right. You don't need to be afraid to exercise your human right. You know, this is a difficult task because in this kind of totalitarian system, the government can expose you from your job. And then people always are afraid. But you know, time is passing. Now we are in the second decade of the 21st century. And then people, especially young people, want to have a different kind of life. Then that's why now we are facing a little different situation that some activists like Manzano was facing in the 90s or at the beginning of this century.
Throughout the week we've met with a bunch of lawyers and we probed them with questions and tried to get responses like the ones you guys are giving us today. However, they've been resistant to speak the way you guys are speaking. Do you think that the narrative you guys are portraying is a sentiment that's felt, you know, countrywide, but people are unwilling to just speak about it? Or is it something that people need to, or is this more of a progressive way of thought?
Antes de conversar con ustedes, hemos estado conversando con un grupo grande de abogados y también les hemos hecho preguntas que ellos no han tenido la disposición de compartir, de ofrecernos respuestas. ¿Ustedes creen que este panorama que ustedes están presentando entre nosotros, ustedes que sí han tenido la disposición de hablar, es algo que hasta ahora es del dominio de ustedes o que ellos saben y no quieren compartir, o es una conciencia que está surgiendo progresivamente?
People do know the situation, of course. They experiment it, they live it in their everyday lives. So they know perfectly well, they are aware of this real situation. If you were going to have an inquiry among people, especially among young people, you would know that no less than 90% of them would gladly emigrate to any country in the world, especially to the United States, of course, but to any other country. It's the same for them, whether it is Haiti or Bolivia or I don't know which other country, no? Or Nepal. The problem is that there is no natural way, a legal way to express, to air their views, to express what they really think, to influence in the government, by, for example, by the way of taking part in elections, electing a dissident or opposition candidate or so on. There are no possibilities for this. So this is a totalitarian regime, as I said at the beginning. Everything is controlled by the secret police. People are afraid, so they rather remain silent.
What is the relationship, if any, between your hopes for what you will achieve and the United States embargo? So if the embargo continues, does that help you? If the embargo stopped, would that help you? Or is there no relationship at all between the embargo and your hopes for reform here in Cuba?
All the time the Cuban government have been trying to translate the dilemma, the problem inside of Cuba to the dilemma with the United States. There is no reason to cancel our human rights here in Cuba. There is no absolutely any reason. First of all, we are now in the Cold War. You know, the war is changing too fast. And here in Cuba, we are speaking with the same language, we are dealing with the same institution and everything like 50 years ago. If you go to around the street and you see the Cuban television, the radio, they are speaking the same language that if we were in the 60s, in the 70s, in the 80s. I think that first of all, the change in Cuba depends of what is going to happen inside of our nation and not related with the US. Second, I think that the embargo is not a kind of monolithic entity. If you go around the city, you see that most of the resource that the Cuban government is investing are in the police, in the interior departments. You see a lot of cars that belong to the Ministry of Interior, the secret police. You have a lot of buildings, salaries, motorcycle, gasoline, cellulars. If you compare how is the standard of living of the people that are involved in repression with the common workers, is completely different. Then, of course, I think that it's a good idea to have this cultural exchange, because this is the kind of things that allow not only for Cubans, also for Americans, to see which is the situation here in Cuba. But if you pick a common tourist, can be from United States or from Spain or from Canada, most of them, when they are here, they don't care about what is happening in the human rights issues. They spend the money, and then what happens, this money go to the government, and the government is using this money for repression. Then, in general, we don't have the possibility to face the control of the system. If the system starts to get more and more income, this is going to be, in my opinion, too difficult for us to change what is happening. But I think that there need to be certain level of change and of information, because if not, we are going to become in North Korea or something like that. No?
There is the question of the embargo, the U.S. embargo against Cuba, but for us Cubans, it is most important the question of the internal embargo, which is imposed by the Cuban government against its own people.
On some things that we've read and on some things that we've been told, it seems like when the voter goes to the poll, they can vote yes or not vote or soil the ballot. If the support in the community is so great for your cause, why haven't there been more incidences of soiled ballots? And if it were the case that they do soil the ballots, what effect would it have anymore?
En una comunidad cuadra a cuadra, de esquina a esquina,
In a community where we're talking about people who live in the same
un
block,
núcleo de CCDR
in each of these blocks there
que
is
visita tu
a
nivel de vida.
CDR committee that watches, controls your style
Si trabajas o no
of
trabajas,
life,
si
whether
tienes
you have a
familiares en el
job or
extranjero.
not, whether you have family abroad.
Entonces, para mantener esta apariencia de conformidad con el sistema,
So in order for people to
porque
pretend
buena base de la vida cubana
that
es la
they
ilegalidad,
agree with the system, because there is a lot of illegal actions,
económicas principalmente,
mainly economic illegal actions committed by
pero no llaman la
people.
atención de las autoridades,
So in order not to become
Pues,
the focus of
ir a
attention of
votar
the authorities,
es bastante bueno.
going to the polls is good for people.
No importa por quién.
Doesn't matter who you vote
Quién
for.
está ahí propuesto no interesa.
It doesn't matter who
El
are
hecho
the
de que me
people.
vean, ir a depositar la
The
boleta.
fact that you are seen there.
En definitiva, estamos votando por un delegado municipal.
After all, we are voting for a municipal representative.
No estamos votando directamente por el presidente.
We are not voting for the president.
Además, ese delegado que supuestamente nos va a representar,
This delegate that is supposed to represent us
lo único que conocemos es los méritos que ha tenido en
is
su
a
trabajo.
person about whom we only know his merits as a worker.
Si ha cumplido alguna misión
If he
internacionalista,
has been abroad on an internationalist
si
mission,
pertenece al Partido Comunista, como es
if
en la
he or
mayoría de
she
los casos.
belongs to the Communist Party, which is what happens in the majority
Pero
of
no sabemos
cases.
sus posturas,
But we don't know his positions
en diferentes temas que
in
afectan a los ciudadanos, como puede ser
issues
la
affecting
discriminación.
people like discrimination.
Tampoco el delegado tiene un poder para resolver los problemas. El delegado
Also,
municipal no
the
tiene un
delegate,
poder para
municipal
resolver
delegate is not empowered to really solve
los problemas de
problems,
su comunidad, de sus
the
electores.
problems of his or her community.
En primer lugar, porque no tienen poder económico.
First of all, they don't have economic power,
Y además porque su función es simplemente,
and also because
como hemos analizado,
the work, as we have analyzed it,
facilitarle el trabajo al Ministerio del Interior.
is to make the work of the Ministry of Interior easier.
Students tend to report each other to the government. And my second question is, in your opinion, is the discontent in Cuba wide enough and deep enough to produce organic change like we've seen in Tunisia and Egypt and Libya?
Los cubanos están forzados a reportarse, ¿no? A informar uno sobre otro. Y segunda pregunta, ¿ustedes consideran que el descontento que hay en Cuba en estos momentos es lo suficientemente amplio y profundo como para producir cambios sustanciales como los de Túnez y otros países?
No es que tengamos que informar uno de los otros, sino que hay instituciones
People don't
encargadas
have
de
to
hacerlo.
report on one another. There are institutions that exist to do that.
En la población cubana sí hay descontento.
There is discontent in the Cuban population.
El problema está en que cada cubano sabe
The problem is each Cuban knows
que salir a protestar en las calles, como pasó en Túnez, en Egipto,
that demonstrated in the streets like it happened in Tunisia or Egypt
se va a reprimir como se reprimió, por ejemplo, en el 94 con el maleconazo.
is going to be repressed as it happened in 1994 with the Maleconazo.
Actualmente existen los mítines de repudio, entonces es difícil que salgamos a protestar.
So
todos
it is difficult
unidos.
for us to go to the streets together to demonstrate.
Otra parte del pueblo,
And those
que realmente
who
el
do
Ministerio del
it,
Interior,
there is always another part of the people, but it's really the Ministry of Interior
que va a reprimirte, a impedirte que te manifiestes.
that are going to make it impossible for you to
De forma
demonstrate
violenta,
violently
con piedra,
with
palos,
stones,
porque en
sticks,
cada centro de trabajo
because in all the workplaces
hay una brigada de respuesta rápida
there is a brigade for rapid response.
que tiene que responder a toda actividad
And
contrarrevolucionaria,
whenever
es
there
decir,
is a so-called
que se ponga el gobierno.
counter-revolutionary activity, that is an activity that opposes the government, this brigade has to respond.
I think that there are something really important right now. Here in Cuba, we are facing a critical moment, especially now with all the things that are happening with Venezuela. Cuba depends from the support that it's receiving from Venezuela. Then, we had in the 90s a really strong crisis, a huge crisis. And then the result was in 1994, people tried to escape to US, and then after that the government allowed the people to escape. Was a kind of US and Cuban agreement for immigration, and after that the government started to open a little bit the economy in order to make easier the everyday life for Cubans. Now again we are in a hole. Even the government is trying to change, or they say that they are trying to change or make some kind of transformation. But the Cuban economy and the whole society is in a huge crisis. Then we need big changes in order to at least stop this situation. But most of the people in Cuba want a pacific transition. And this is something that the opposition have been working for several years, trying to change in a pacific way the situation that we are facing. But of course, nobody can predict what is going to happen, especially if the economic situation and the social situation start to get worse. Then that's why we are working in this kind of initiative, trying to change the law, trying to promote civil society, and this is our address to change this situation. But nobody can predict in the future what is going to happen.
My question is that this is wonderful that we're having this dialogue, and of course we're And we're going to go back to the United States and speak to our fellow students and our professors, and if we're part of organizations, of course we're going to further disseminate that information. But from your perspective, what is something more concretely effective that we can do, those that are interested in assisting in any way towards your cause? And are there organizations abroad that are assisting in a more concrete way?
First, we need international support, because if we need to face the whole power of the government without any international support, we are lost. This is something that is really, really crucial now. Second, for example, for the professional, we need more collaboration. We need more exchange of ideas, of works. Even if in some moment the people that are here working in this kind of issue can visit another university or another academic center outside of Cuba, this is going to be really important. Because we need as opposition to think as also to be part of a future country, future government, institutions. And then people need to know how is working the real world right now. That is really different than how it's working here in Cuba. Then these aspects are really, really crucial to change the country, because first I think that people need to visualize how could be the next Cuba. And then to do that, well, first people need to understand which is the dynamics in the actual world, in the modern society.
Can socialism survive with the changes that you're all seeking? And even if it could, would you want it to? Would you want to retain socialism in this country if the changes you want were met?
Well, I personally think that when the new Cuba starts, socialism will become a dirty word. There will be institutions which will survive. We are not thinking about erasing everything here in the society now. Of course, many things will have to survive. But of course, the economy of the country has to suffer a huge change. This system, which has been established and which has been in place for half a century, is essentially unproductive. Well, the fact is that here in Cuba, Cuba was known as the sugar producer of the world, and right now, well, even sugar the country doesn't produce. That's why the country has to depend on a foreign donor. Before it was the Soviet Union and the so-called socialist field. Right now is the Chavista Venezuela. It's a fact. And of course, it will be necessary to change all that, to implement big changes. I think that it will be able to implement them because we have a high level of education among people. I think that when the society is open, really, not these half-way measures which are being taken right now, but really open the economy, then the foreign investors will be willing to invest in Cuba, and our country will develop, really. But I repeat, I think that Cuban people right now is fed up with socialism.
If you want to define what means socialist in Cuba, it's a really difficult task. You know, it's almost impossible. Mainly because if you see the main industry or businesses that are giving more profit are the ones that are related with the army, with the Minister of Interiors. You know, are people that are well positioned in the government, or people or groups that are well positioned in the government. Then, in fact, in Cuba now there are some groups, independent groups, that they call themselves real people who follow the socialists, and always they are also criticizing the steps that the government is doing. Then, right now, to define socialism is something completely almost impossible here right now.
Dado el hecho de que muchas organizaciones como Cubalex son discreditados y que son utilizados como último recurso por muchas personas. ¿De qué consiste, de quiénes personas consiste su clientela y cómo reciben sus fondos?
Llegan pues a nosotros a través directamente o a través de otras organizaciones de la sociedad civil.
Directly or by means of another organization of the civil society.
Después que terminaron con la parte oficial, pues dicen, vamos para las personas, para la gente de los derechos humanos.
When they are through with the official system, they say, let's go and talk to the people of the human rights. Those are the dissidents.
Ayudarlo dentro del sistema de detectar las violaciones de los derechos humanos no es difícil.
It's not difficult to help them identify the violations of human rights in the system.
Porque están en la propia ley.
Because many of them are contained by the law itself.
Cambiar la situación en la que están, en la que ellos llegan cuando está a nosotros.
To change the situation in which they are placed when they come to us.
Sí es difícil y nos lleva tiempo.
Difficult and time consuming.
Pero hemos obtenido resultados.
But we have had outcomes.
¿Cómo Cubalex tiene fondos?
The question about funding for Cubalex.
Hacemos periodismo independiente.
We are independent journalists.
Tenemos nuestro blog.
We have a blog.
Cubalex y también uno que se llama Jurisconsulto de Cuba.
Cubalex and another one that is called
Jurisconsulto de Cuba. A través de esas vías pues hemos conseguido personas que nos ayudan.
So we have found people who help us.
You've mentioned a few times about the blog and email and the pamphlet as your website. So my question is, there are benefits that you receive from having these outlets, communicating with Cubans outside of the country, and having people communicate back to you and spreading your message. I'm wondering, how do you balance those benefits with the potential for the CDR and the government generally to have a closer ability to monitor you and keep in touch with your activities? Are you fearful of that, or is it something that doesn't really enter your thinking about the benefits to those?
Nosotros tenemos un lema.
We have a slogan.
La libertad no se pide, se ejerce.
You don't ask for freedom, you exercise freedom.
Y por tanto, pues no importa que afuera de mi casa esté un oficial de la seguridad del Estado.
Therefore, it doesn't matter if there's a political police officer outside my house or the president of the CDR is watching.
Vamos a vivir en libertad.
I am going to live as a free person.
Eso ha sido la mejor experiencia que hemos tenido
that has been our best experience
en nuestro trabajo.
In our work.
Y es sentirnos personas libres.
The fact that
aunque vivimos en un país que es reprimido.
We feel we are free people, although we live in a country
porque hacemos lo que pensamos y en lo que creemos.
We do those things that we believe in, and we do things as we think they should be done.
Con respecto a puntualizar algo sobre los beneficios,
I wanted to point out about the benefits.
Que quede claro que, bueno, nosotros toda nuestra labor es gratuita.
We want to make it clear that our work is free of charge.
Que viven en Cuba, como los que viven en el
Cubans living in Cuba and for Cubans living abroad who have exchange of information with us.
Que no es ilegal aceptar.
But it is not illegal to accept
alguna ayuda. Que no significa que por esa ayuda nosotros debamos hacer algo.
Which does not mean that we are expected to do something in return for that help.
De hecho, el gobierno recibe donaciones.
In fact, the government receives donations.
Que tampoco tenemos nosotros el control de para qué se usan esas donaciones ni a dónde van destinadas.
We don't have any control over what is done with the donations or where are they sent.
When you are living in this situation and you have another person outside that say, well, I can help you to try to develop your job, what your project to change the country, to make a better country. Of course, if this money is not coming for drugs or it's not coming from traffic of weapons or this kind of thing, Well, you say, okay, I accept that you help me in something. And this is my conclusion. To understand what is happening in Cuba, you need to live in a totalitarian country. If you don't never have experienced the feeling that what's mean to be watching you all the time, every details, listen your telephone calls, listen, watching everything, you probably are not going to understand all the magnitude of this kind of system.
I think if I heard correctly, one of the reforms that you seek is for the government to ratify one of the international conventions. For example, the International Convention on Civil and Political Rights.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, given that a lot of those, I think, rights may be delineated in the Constitution, what practical effect would ratifying that treaty have? Is it enforceable in the courts, or is it more of like an international signaling function for outside pressure on the government?
Well, this is the first step, I think. Of course, we need to move a lot to change all the environment here in the country. But anyway, I think we need to at least visualize the first step in this way.
La ratificación de los pactos
The
obligaría al gobierno
ratification
cubano
of the covenant would force the Cuban government
a modificar su sistema legal.
to modify the legal system.
Primeramente tiene que modificar la Constitución.
First of all, the Constitution has to be modified,
Y de ahí,
and then
todas las leyes
all the laws
que de una forma u otra
which in one way or another
violentan los derechos humanos,
violate human rights.
principalmente la asociación, libre asociación,
Mainly liberty of association,
libre expresión,
liberty of expression,
reunión
of assembly,
y manifestación.
and demonstrations.
So I think for many of us, this has been a very transformative moment. Transformativo ha sido el momento esto to watch for people who are exercising their liberty or trying to, and are hopeful of change in this country, and truly are working hard and are trying to work to get the people of this country to think about their freedoms in a place where we're lawyers in training and lawyers whose idea is about challenging the system, and that's why many of us become lawyers. It's just a wonderful opportunity to have in this trip, to get to see people who are doing that here in this country. So we really thank you very much for your time.
And I hope that in another moments we can again to see each other, and well, thank you to be here.
Ojalá no falten los amigos a la hora